my presentation. I wanted to check.
Sure, sure. Yeah, please.
Maipalji?
Yeah, we'll. Maipalji?
It is disabled right now.
Yeah. We are just doing, sir. 1 minute. सर को host बना दो.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Sir, please check now. It should be okay.
Yeah,
You can try.
I'm trying, sir.
Professor Grover has joined.
Yes, Kya. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Welcome,
yes.
sir.
Can you see me now? Can you see my
Yes, sir.
presentation?
Yes, sir. Very clear, and
Your
PPT is
slides
clear.
are visible now.
Thank you. So I will come out of that now. Afterwards,
Yes, sir.
we can do that.
थोड़ा ब्लर हो जाता है कभी यार
क्या
ये इसमें वीडियो सेटिंग करनी पड़ेगी उन्होंने कर दिया ना बैकग्राउंड ब्लर
अलग अलग नहीं कर सकते.
Not blur. No, it is.
वॉल्यूम
Welcome, Professor Suman Beri.
हाँ जी, गुड इवनिंग.
नमस्कार मैडम.
नमस्कार जी, नमस्कार. कैसे हो?
बस. Professor Kamboj sir has joined. Sir, namaskar.
नमस्कार कैसे हैं मस्कर जी ठीक हैं
Fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm
Namaskar.
fine.
We are Kamboj. Professor D.N. Johar, what an honor to have you here.
Are we waiting for someone?
Oh God.
It's
Yeah,
not
but-
yet 7, so we are just waiting 7 minutes. People will join.
That woman to close the kitchen door and to make list. क्या बोल सकती है उसको किचन का दरवाजा बंद करेगी और बिल्कुल कम आवाज करेगी. Welcome, Professor Bhasin.
Namaskar ji, namaskar, namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.
Can you listen me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes.
very clearly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Namaskar ji.
Namaskar.
Welcome, Dr. Vaishali.
Hello, Dr. Kia. A very good evening and very good evening to respected
Good evening,
members.
Vaishali. So I was asking Mr. Mahipal if there is some way to know how many people have joined on YouTube. 10 people on YouTube. So Professor Grover, शुरू करें?
Okay. Yes, we can start.
So we welcome all of you on this forum, especially Professor T.G. Sitaram. Sir, we are honored to have you here today and are looking forward to a very exciting talk. Thank you for agreeing to be with us today. A very good evening to all of you. And before the talk, there are two small events. I will first request Sri Dharamveer, President of SPSTI, to say a few words of welcome.
I welcome Professor Sitaram, former chairman of AICTE and also former director of IIT Guwahati. One of the activities of the SPSTI is to hold lectures. This was started in 2009 when we had set up this society as a registered body. Down the line, several activities were added which are being conducted on a regular basis. One of the premier activities is also mobile science laboratory. And around that, we interact with students mostly of rural areas of 9 to 12 classes. So coming back to lectures, we have held 228 lectures so far. Most of these lectures have been, as I said, were delivered by the world-renowned scientists, professors, and academics. So I'm grateful that Professor Sitaram ji had agreed to deliver a lecture. I'm particularly interested because I served as Technical Education Secretary and also headed a technical university as Vice Chancellor. So I can appreciate the role of technical education in the growth of any nation and society. So we'll be looking forward to hearing Sitaram ji. Thank you very much, sir. And hand over to Professor K. Dharamveer to steer the session.
Thank you, Dharamveer ji. Now, it is my privilege to call upon Professor Arun Grover, very well known, but he's also the Vice President of SPSTI. Professor Grover will say a few words about the history of technical education in India. Professor Grover.
So good evening all. I consider it an honor to have an opportunity to greet you on the occasion of a lecture titled From Engineers to Innovators, a New Age of Technical Education, being delivered by Professor T.G. Sitaram, who had the distinction to serve as chairman of AICTE and director IIT Guwahati. I'm tempted to recall that the first engineering institute in colonial India, namely the College of Civil Engineering, Roorkee, was established by P.T. Cotley and James Thomason in 1847 with the intent to innovate, to circumvent the problems envisaged in laying the network of canals emanating from Ganga at Haridwar. The first education policy of India in the form of Woods Dispatch actually happened 7 years later, and the first 3 affiliating University of India got established 10 years later in 1857. The universities in India were enjoined to engage teachers who would nurture young students as innovators and not mere job seekers only in the beginning of 20th century after the enactment of the Indian Universities Act 1904. The Indian origin teachers appointed in the universities of India like Meghnad Saha, C.V. Raman, J.C. Ghosh and Shantideo Patnagar, and this happened after 1920s, they sought support from the colonial government for sustaining research and nurture innovators. But support was not forthcoming. Actually, Raman won the Nobel Prize in 1930, and Saha established the Science Academy at Allahabad also in 1930. The colonial government came forward to support research only after the start of the Second World War, and initially they wanted to support research by the teacher scientists in India only to aid the war effort of the British in the Second World War. However, the teacher scientists got together in September of 1943, a year after the creation of CSIR in 1942, to work out plans for the development of India in the post-World War II period. Once they drew out these plans, Saha and Bhatnagar persuaded the British MP and the Nobel laureate A.V. Hill to come to India to talk to them. So Hill arrived in November of 43, talked to these scientists. He decided to endorse their plans and recommended also the creation of National Research Council, which the teacher scientists of India wanted. When he went back to England, he called these people for further discussions in England. And in October of 1942, Hill stated that disaster lies ahead if India's industrial development and national welfare are not immediately attended to. So the Hill's recommendations included that India should have IIT-like institution, India should have AIIMS-like institution, and several other very important recommendations, which he had sort of learned from the teacher scientists of India. He put it to the British government in London, as well as the colonial government at that time in New Delhi. So India gets independent in 1947, and the things start to move. So we have come a long way since then. 80 years after the National Research Council was articulated. So in August of 2024, we have now this Anusandhan National Research Foundation, and on behalf of this ANRF, and revamped all the science ministries, everything under a common minister in the form of Dr. Jitendra Singh, steering the entire agenda for the development of India, which is based on science and technology. We have set a goal for ourselves to have a complete Atmanirbharta by 2047, and I believe today's lecture is in that connection. And I am personally looking forward to learn what are the plans that the government of India has drawn up to revamp or to accelerate the innovation agenda via new innovations in the technical education. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Grover, for reminding us of these facts. Thank you. Now I'll request Professor R. Bhaskar to introduce the distinguished speaker.
Yes. 1 minute. Why this is? Please give me the permission. 1 minute. Please give me the permission.
Yeah, he wants to share some slides.
Yeah. Yeah, now I got it. Thank you.
Maipal is right here.
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, I'm grateful to Professor Sitaramji for accepting our invitation. I am also grateful to Dharamvirji and whole SPSTI for giving this platform where we enrich ourselves. A brief bio about Sitaram sir. Everybody knows about him. He was born in 1961 and is a civil engineer and a senior professor in the Department of Civil Engineering at the Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. And he was on Leon during his leadership roles. If you see his academic background, he obtained BE in Civil Engineering from the University of Mysore, MTech, that is Master from Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru in 86, and PhD from University of Waterloo, Canada in 1991. followed by a postdoctoral work at University of Texas at Austin. Everybody knows that he is really a visionary leader with 35 plus years of transformative contributions to technical education, research, innovation, and national policy in India. As Grover sir has mentioned, he was former chairman AICT from 2022 to 2025, and before that he was director of IIT Guwahati, holding top leadership roles that shaped national skilling, governance, and institutional development. He is a policy transformer who led major reforms under NEP 2020, integrating skilling, digital learning, multilingual education, and equitable access to India's technical education framework. He's an engineering expert, and he has been the brain behind the national landmark projects such as Sri Ram Temple Foundation redesign, Chenab Bridge Stability Solutions, and the patented Sarovar Mala Coastal Reservoir System. He's a financial governance leader, chairing finance committees of IIT Guwahati, CIT Kokrajkar, and other national institutions, ensuring transparent and outcome-driven use of public funds. He is an institutional builder and who has established centers of excellence in AI, drones, cybersecurity, and quantum computing, and strengthened innovation ecosystem across 14,000 plus institutions. He's a prolific scholar with 500 plus publication, 55 books, 40 plus PhD scholars, and multiple patents, contributing significantly to seismic micronization, water systems, and infrastructure engineering. His primary expertise is in geotechnical engineering, rock mechanics, and earthquake engineering. He's a startup catalyst, founding 3 startups at IISc, including one that expanded to 4 countries with 150 plus personnel, demonstrating strong industry academia linkages. He's a national and global influencer. He's a keynote speaker in 20 plus countries. He's advisor to UN affiliated bodies, and he was the co-chair of Human Capital Working Group at the India AI Summit 2026. And he's a globally recognized scientist, ranked among the top 2 worldwide, Stanford, and 6th in India in earth sciences, known for pioneering work in civil and geotechnical engineering. Sir, we are grateful to you that you accepted our invitation. And today he will talk about an important aspect, from engineers to innovators, the new age of technical education in India. Sir, please.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Sir, the floor is all yours. Please go ahead.
So, namaskar. Sabhi ko namaskar. Very good evening to all of you. Very happy to address you on the topic that is central to India's future. So my topic, which I have decided today to, from engineers to innovator, the new age of technical education in India. This is basically, I would like to showcase the India's journey towards an innovation-driven future, how our engineering graduates have contributed to the growth of not just for India, to the whole world. Friends, first of all, let me thank SPSTI, and particularly the president and the vice president, and also Professor Bhaskar, who contacted me when I wrote an article in Education Times. And he said, sir, we have a very distinguished team who would like to hear you. So I immediately accepted, and we thought we'll give enough time so that you will have time to distribute. So that's why this meeting was postponed to today. I think many of you, actually, I can see that you are very highly distinguished people who have served both in the government as well as in your own capacity as an entrepreneurs or startup creators, and many of you. So humbly, I would like to put it, friends, engineering today is no longer confined to solving technical problems. It is about transforming ideas into innovations that create societal, economic, and environmental impact. So the journey from engineers to innovator requires a curiosity, creativity, interdisciplinary thinking, and the courage to challenge the conventional approaches. So how did we, for example, during my time when I was studying, I just basically learned from what we call teacher-assisted learning. See, I'll just, in a very colloquially, I will explain to you how I learned engineering. See, I joined engineering, particularly civil engineering, because we are all from a very small rural places, studied in our own mother tongue. And we didn't know even IITs existed. Okay. Even though I went to engineering when I joined, it was 1978, but still I didn't know that 5 IITs were there already. So because we are such from Kugrama, we call small village in Karnataka, about 250 kilometers from Bangalore. So we only knew that, if you become a civil engineer, you will join PWD. Similarly, electrical engineering, those are the times when civil and electrical were in demand. So from there, when my class teacher is to come, start telling us, writing it on the board, because we couldn't even afford textbooks. Because at that time, Indian textbooks are also very few. Majority of them, for example, Santa Materials by Timoshenko and Godier, maybe we had 2 or 3 copies in our library, and we have to basically depend on the notes, which we have to write down. And so basically it is a rote learning. I wanted to say that we all studied through rote learning. We excelled in the examination, but we couldn't solve any problems. Friends, in an era driven by artificial intelligence today, with such a great digital transformation India has witnessed, and also a lot of issues, problems like climate change, and also due to rapid technological disruption, digital divide, innovation has become the defining capability of any engineer or anybody for that matter. Nations that innovate led the global economy. We have seen that happening, particularly in case of China. So, friends, engineers must therefore embrace design thinking, research, entrepreneurship, intellectual property creation, and collaboration with industry to develop affordable, sustainable, and scalable solutions for real-world challenges around us. That is most important, around us. So, engineer has to be transformed from an innovator to an entrepreneur. Friends, India's future depends on what we do within India. That's what Honorable Prime Minister keeps telling us, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So, India's journey towards Vikasit Bharat by 2047, which will be powered by a strong foundation of research, innovation, and technology-driven growth. Research creates new knowledge, while innovation transforms that knowledge into products, technologies, and solutions that generate economic prosperity, improve quality of life, and strengthen national competitiveness. By investing in world-class research, nurturing startups, protecting intellectual property, and fostering strong academia-industry collaboration, India can become a global leader in technologies, sustainable development, healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, and digital transformation. Friends, a nation that innovates becomes self-reliant, creates high-quality jobs, attracts global investment, and shapes the technologies of the future. Research and innovation are therefore not merely an academic pursuits.
Sir, your slides are not moving. I'm sorry to...
Sir, I will move.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yeah. Research and innovation are therefore not merely an academic pursuits. They are cornerstones of the prospects of resilient India. So what we have, looking at in technical education, and as we all agree that technical education contributes to the India's development, its skill force, and also capability, the manpower, human capital, which can do innovation and research, which can do product development, and which also can participate in industrial growth and build infrastructure and create new entrepreneurs. So, and globally competitive manpower or the human capital, along with looking at sustainable development. So in this field of technical education is very increasingly important, not just because I am an engineer and also head the two premier institutions. One is the high quality IIT Guwahati, and the other is a scaling of this entire engineering fraternity. There is All India Council for Technical Education with 14,000 plus institutions. Friends, India is witnessing one of the most significant transformation in both the educational and innovation ecosystem. In today's talk, I'm going to cover both how educational ecosystem has evolved in India and in particular technical education. And then I will also focus on how the National Education Policy 2020, which has brought the prime importance. We have almost completed 6 years now, six and a half years. So how it brought flexibility and focus on multidisciplinary education, and learning itself has changed from teacher-assisted learning to self-learning, collaborative learning, experiential learning, and learning by doing things. This is what we have changed in almost in the last 10 years. I will explain to you a little more detailedly. So the whole idea is to create that we are moving from an era where engineering education primarily focused on producing job seekers to an era there we encourage students to become problem solvers, innovators, entrepreneurs, startup creators, and job providers. So I think all of you will agree that technological progress to advance the country's standing is actually the knowledge economy. It aims to become a developed nation by 2047. That's what Honorable Prime Minister keeps reminding all of us, that we would like to be a developed India by 2047. So in this, role of technical education is very pivotal as it lays the foundation for a knowledge-based economy, drives innovation ecosystem, ensures inclusive and sustainable growth. So let me start with the higher education, how higher education has grown. Dr. Grover actually highlighted how the engineering, colleges started as early as 1947. He mentioned IIT Roorkee. That kind is called Thompson College of Engineering. But I will just take it back in another 2-3 years back. The survey school in Chennai, Gindi College of Engineering, was the first actually to start a program in southern part of India in Chennai. Then actually the fourth one is the IIT Roorkee. After that, College of Engineering Pune was also there somewhere in 1957, and then prior to that, IEST, which is today called as IEST, but that time Bengal College of Engineering, Bengal Engineering College in Kolkata, and those are all the engineering growth. But I would like to tell you, in higher education itself, today we are at something like 29%, hosting about 4.5 crore students. And what we need to know is 80% of these students are undergraduates. And I'm not just talking about engineering, it is total. See, when we got independence in 1947, 1% of our students after that time class 11 or whatever you call, before entering to the university, there was only 1% of students entering the university, and very few universities, 30 and all universities. So out of this 4.5 crore today, about 25% is about, they are all in professional courses, in the sense, not just engineering, management, design, and even pharmacy and all that. So by 2035, we want to reach this gross enrollment ratio to 50%. That means, imagine, see, in 1947, we are only 1% GER, and 2001, this is after all, we opened up, economically grown, we only were 11% of our students going to university. 11 out of 100 students after class 11 or 12 are entering into university, even in 2001. 2001 onwards, the growth is phenomenal. So that is what has happened from 2001 to 2025. The growth is almost 18%. 18% GER growth has happened in the last 20-25 years. Even I just wanted to tell you on research and innovation also, in 2003, there was a current science paper talking about how many research publications and patents our higher education institutions were producing. So this paper talks about a survey of all these papers, and that time there were only 7 or 8 IITs and 1 Institute of Science. They only compared the premier institution. I would like to tell you, at that time in 2003, the entire number of publications were twice more than all IITs put together was done by IISc alone, Indian Institute of Science alone. Because we were faculty that time there, we were very proud. But today, our IITs are also grown beyond all of our imagination. IIT Madras alone, or IIT Delhi alone, has crossed the Indian Institute of Science number, in at least in the numbers of research publications, patents, and PhD production in STEM areas. So, what is the challenge for India is in another 10 years, less than 10 years, about 4 crore students are going to come to higher education. So, what kind of universities is required? Say today, to accommodate 4.3 crore, we have close to about 1,200 universities, both state, private, public, deemed universities, and universities of our premier institution, olden time, and 45 to 50,000 colleges affiliated to some of these. So our focus have to be actually in the digital and distance education, which will become popular with quality and accessibility because of technology today. So we have a challenge actually to address, because you all know that to build a university, physical infrastructure and also the scientific infrastructure and the faculty and all this, in a private sector, it will take at least 15 years. In the government sector, it will be at least 20 to 25 years. So I also would like to highlight a little bit before moving on with my presentation about the National Education Policy 2020. During the COVID, this policy talked about foundational pillar of access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability, aligned to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, but which aims to transform India into a vibrant knowledge society. And all of you know that that 67-page document is an amazing document. Talks about multidisciplinary education, multiple entry exit, self-learning, digital learning, online learning, and also the like ANRF and all these changes, structural changes in our education system is also planned. Because Bharat Shiksha Adhishthan also is one such bill which is in the parliament now. It has gone to the JPC to merge AICTE, UGC, and NCTE and become a unique one regulator and accreditor. So all these changes while they're happening, and I would like to little bit focus coming from technical education, how our higher education in STEM areas is happening. So as I told you, after 2001, there is a phenomenal growth in technical education, and we have about 23 IITs now, as against the 8 in 2001, and triple ITs have grown, and similarly AIMS, science, technology, medicine are all working together. But what is interesting is our demography is also very high, all of you know that, and the major reason why we have a large number of professional students coming into professional courses is our parents, because majority of the parents wanted their son to be either an engineer or a doctor. But studying in medicine is so costly, as also it takes a longer time. So majority of them are choosing the engineering. And IIT itself is a dream for many of the parents. They will think about even having the children before even they are born, that they have to be an IIT graduate. So one advantage is Indian students has an English medium education, at least in the higher education sector. And there is a lot of policy changes are also happened almost from 1986 onwards, with proactive initiatives of Ministry of Education. Today it is called Ministry of Education, otherwise it was MHRD, AICTE, UGC. So today, as per the World Bank report, Indian higher education system is the 3rd largest in the world, next to United States and China. Our premier institutions, whether it is IITs, triple ITs, IIMs, or ICERs, IACT institutions, have a tremendous role to play in STEM education as a partner of a new knowledge economy to inspire. Friends, In this, I would like to start off with saying we, at least in technical education, we have democratized the engineering education. What I mean by that is we have engineering colleges in every district, 3 to 4 of them. And in a lighter vein, I keep saying we have an engineering college in Andaman and Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep as a polytechnic. That means we have gone as far as those remote areas to provide an opportunity for whoever dream to study in engineering. This is what has happened over a period of time. So we have about very large number of, I'll come to that later on. So in this process, how we need to transform a conventional engineering education to innovation-driven education. So I would like to quote here the Steve Jobs innovation distinction between a leader and a follower. So we have to create leaders today. So India's future depends upon converting ideas to enterprises. Otherwise, we will be struggling to find these people jobs, what kind of jobs they will be doing, particularly with AI disruption, is going to be much more difficult. So entrepreneurship, friends, is not about ideas. It is about making ideas to happen. That's what Scott Belsky said. Alan Kay talked about the best way to predict future is to invent it. So with this brief background and our own Dr. Kalam's statement on dream for young people, which can transform into thoughts, through thoughts to result into action. He keep on telling every student in every talk, Dr. Kalam was highlighting about, how to dream very big. That's what has actually helped many of the young people to dream. Today's technical education, I can confidently tell you, we have produced from 1987 onwards, when the AICTE was born, close to about 3 crore engineers we have produced. And today our engineers are omnipresent in every country and every company of the world. And what is challenge for us was, how do we change these engineers who are through rote learning to a problem solvers and a design thinkers, innovators and technology creators, entrepreneurs and startup founders, researchers or patent holders. So this is what, instead of job providers and not job seekers. In my time, there was no concept of placement at all. Today, every college talks about placement. But I would like to see, instead of placement, our young engineers would create as job creators, so the startups. So these startups have to be in every college. Our campuses have to become startup creators. So just a technical education, just to give you an idea, so totally about 8,500 AICTE approved institutions. And recently, when I was the chairman, I added BBA and BCA, that made it 14,000 institutions. So about 3,000 engineering colleges, now it is little less, and about 4,000 polytechnic, that is 3-year degree programs, and about 1 crore to 1.2 crore in technical professional education. Students are trained, and more than 4 lakh in faculty members in engineering institutions. So we have a very huge scale, and that's where the challenge for us. And the range of institutions also, you can see, we have foundational institutions where most of our 80% of the students are studying, offering a wide range of courses at BA, BSc level. And then the career-focused institution, where I talked about AICTE, engineering, management, and other institutions. And the higher end, the research-focused institutions, IITs, IISc, IIMs, ISAR, and all these. So if you look at their distribution, almost 80% of our students out of 4.3 crore children are undergraduate level, and about 11% are postgraduate level. This clearly indicates a strong need of equipping the UG students with appropriate skills to ensure their better employability. That's where we focused on, and I have also given you a distribution of PhDs, PG diploma, and everything here. So this integration of skills into undergraduate program was what we did at AICTE very early. As early as 2018 we started. By 2022, we had created a compulsory internship, mandatory internship. So I've also written a book on vision plan, building a future in India. This book is available actually in the Amazon and other thing. The idea is how to build future in India in terms of technical education, which requires a comprehensive vision, plan, strategy has been highlighted in this book. And what the key interventions, what we took at AICT was bridging the gap between the skill and the general education, tech-enabled learning and mass-scale digitalization. So a lot of technology has been utilized, and I would like to highlight one or two very quickly. E-Kum portal, we have developed more than 600 to 800 books in multiple languages. Today, engineering can be learned in 12 different Indian languages, including Kannada, Tamil, Malayalam, okay, Hindi. We have textbooks, and also engineering programs are running now in these programs. And even IIT Jodhpur has started teaching in Hindi first year for students to get acclimatized to a new environment, because many of our students come from a rural part of India. So continuous professional development of teachers was the focus in AICTE. We have trained more than 3 lakhs teachers with several initiatives. I don't think I have time today to talk about those, and focus on emerging technology. That is where we have focused extensively as early as 2017-18, much before even IITs thought about AI and data science. Just to get you an idea why I said that, I was the director at IIT Guwahati. Rahul Mehta, a philanthropist from Texas, came to me saying that I would like to start an undergraduate program. I will completely fund this at IIT Guwahati in the Northeast. But I would like you to start a UG program, 4-year BTech program in data science and AI. Anyway, we agreed, and we started a new school of data science and AI at IIT Guwahati. But as soon as I came in 22, I asked the AICT officers, how many engineering colleges offer program in data science and AI? And I thought there was nobody, because IITs are waking up in 2021. And because that's the time even IIT Kanpur started, IIT Roorkee started, IIT Madras also started the data science and AI. But when I asked my officers, they gave me a list of colleges, about 800 of them offering BTech program in computer science, in bracket data science and AI, or even some of the private universities were offering BTech in data science and AI, data science and machine learning. Almost 800 to 900 colleges. You can imagine the scale at which it was done. So there are many transformative initiatives in the last about 8 years has happened at AICTE. I will just put that in 1 minute. I'll not try to read everything here, and because this gives you an idea how the transformation has happened from a rote learning to innovation-driven learning through self-learning, collaborative learning. And we are also part of the NPTEL program, where online courses, online learning, and multidisciplinary and holistic education, all the aspects of faculty development program, and all of these. We had also a new cell called Indian Knowledge System, and innovation cell was also created by the Ministry of Education at AICTE, National Education Alliance for Technology Usage, and National Education Technology Forum, which are all actually part of, if you read the National Education Policy 2020, they're all part of that. So we had actually created all these during my tenure and before mine also. So what did we transform teaching learning process? Through experiential learning, focus on experiential inquiry and discovery-based teaching learning methods, integrated pedagogy, art, sports, storytelling, ICT integrated pedagogy, promotion of peer tutoring, promoting peer tutoring as voluntary and joyful activity under the supervision of teachers, and no hard separation between curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular. Freedom of choosing variety of subject combination is also provided to the students. Use of integration of technology. These are some of the things. And in particular, emergence of future technology was as early as 2018, ladies and gentlemen. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science. IoT, AR/VR, blockchain, both undergraduate curriculum development all 1,000 engineering colleges and another 3,000 offer in different areas. I'm not saying there will be the top. Examination pattern was also changed. We brought in open book exams. Many of these things have been brought into universities and colleges, which they never had an idea. And also we had new age demands such as creativity and design thinking course, problem solving and innovation, entrepreneurship and startup creation, intellectual property generation as a mandatory part of training in engineering. So instead of from learning to know to learning to create was our focus. So Smart India Hackathon is one such exercise started in 2017-18. 18 lakh students have actually engaged since inception. Close to about 10,000 institutions participated, where the problem statement came from many governments. And Honorable Prime Minister was there in every Smart India Hackathon, which is organized by IICT. Every time, the last day, he used to interact with winning teams. So I call this as more than a competition, as a national movement towards Atmanirbhar Bharat and Vikasit Bharat. Why I'm saying is, we never even heard about these terminologies when we were students or even later on. Even when we are faculty at University of Science also, we did never heard a term called hackathon. So this hackathon has grown into such a fantastic place. Look at the glimpses and outcomes of Smart India Hackathon. Honorable Prime Minister, as I told you, started from 2017 to 2025. I have not added. He was there at every meeting and interacting online with winning teams, and it is like a festival, ladies and gentlemen. There was a software edition for 36 hours non-stop, hardware edition 5 days non-stop. Okay, they used to really day and night sit there under stress, solve the problem. These problem statements came from the ministries. Honorable Prime Minister made sure secretaries get involved and call the students back again to implement this in the many of the government institutions. So this Smart India Hackathon growth statistics is a phenomenon. When we started in 2017, a small number of students. By 2023, it was 7-fold increase. By 2025, 500,000 students participated. So this is not just one hackathon. One is the Smart India Hackathon, which happens every year. But we also conducted Toy-kathon. Honorable Prime Minister talked about toys of India. Singapore India Hackathon. He also expanded this to Singapore and India jointly working together. Students from Singapore and India. Initially, we started have a separate teams from Singapore and India. And later on, in the next year, there are 4 times actually. 3 times Singapore India Hackathon has happened. Next year, we even mix them. A group of 3 students from Singapore, group of 3 students from India, and a girl student is a mandatory. And similarly, ASEAN India Hackathon has happened with African countries. Drug Discovery Hackathon happened. Manthan has happened. UNESCO Africa India Hackathon. Luxembourg India Hackathon has happened. And also we launched a Tomato Grand Challenge with Ministry of Commerce. That means entire value chain of tomato. What are the challenges and what challenges our farmers are facing? Are the from field to the market? What one can innovate? And similarly, Onion Grand Challenge. So many cyber security hackathons are also being conducted jointly with many of our premier intelligence institutions. Friends, what we did is during the approval, because AICT is a regulator, all the institutions every year has to take an approval for running an engineering program. So we combined that with Innovation Council. Unless they start an Innovation Council as per guidelines, they could not download their approvals. So similarly, even we started R&D cell now from 2025 onwards. So you can imagine the scale at which the institution innovation councils have been formed, and we have also helped them supporting that AICT Idea Labs with 3D printers, robotics, rapid prototyping spaces, including Raspberry Pi, chips, and everything were given to them, converting student ideas into prototypes. We have also created Center of Excellences in AI, cybersecurity, quantum technology, semiconductors at many colleges. Atal Tinkering Lab, you know it, it is for the schools, nurturing innovation from school level itself. And we also have conducted jointly with AICTE and school education called Build-a-thon project. You may be astonished, that was in 2025. Honorable Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan actually launched this program, Build-a-thon. 1 crore students from every school of KV and Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya all participated in Build-a-thon projects. So academy and industry linkage we strengthened, and we have created Center for Future Skill with the initiative of my Ministry of Skill Development and NSDC. Future-ready domains like AI, data science, cybersecurity, cloud, robotics, IoT, blockchain, AR, VR, and skilling, reskilling, certification with international certification also put into engineering colleges. So it happens with partnership with industry leaders and institutions. We have made internship mandatory. We have a AICT internship portal today with more than 80 lakhs internship provided already. And it has more than 80,000 companies on the portal offering various kinds of internship, both physical and online, and paid, unpaid internships, mandatory for 3 months has been made provision. This is one of the largest platform in the world with more than 2 crore students registered. That means we have gone beyond professional courses. The internship portal is a worthy to watch. Please Google it, AICTE internship portal. And recently we have also launched the AICTE career portal with 7 lakh employers across the world. A private company, a startup actually is fueling at the back. And this AICTE career portal not only provides interviews of jobs or internship for them, they also give how to prepare resume, how to train themselves with AI training for interviews and skilling, additional courses. Everything is being provided in the platform. It's also an excellent platform. You should all see. It's called AICT Career Portal. Our e-com portal in languages. That means different books are being put. So today, information and technology is being provided. We have also joined hands with MSDE and creating apprenticeships. That means work integrated learning programs and joint curriculum development with DST, DBT, space science. Today, an undergraduate engineering student can get a minor degree in space science, defense technologies, and now we are working on atomic energy technologies as well, jointly with HPNI. So engineering, our focus was engineering graduate must be industry ready, and from day one, not just in the final year, but doing a project work. So this is what the opportunity we provided for them across in the innovation embedded learning. So to do that, we have created what is called a Startup India. Startup India Ministry's plan. You know, Honorable Prime Minister's started this, but their achievements more than 18 lakh direct jobs created. But I will not get into this. But what I wanted to highlight is we created at ACT National Innovation Startup Policy (NISP), which enables student and faculty startups, academic flexibility and credit recognition. That means every learning will be credited, and it could be part of the educational system, and leave for these competitions, problems which are solved by the students are put into Yukti 2.0 Innovation Repository, one of the largest repositories in if you or somebody is interested, can see the AICT website. And we had actually conducting till very recently area ranking, but later on it became part of the NIRF, the innovation rank. So we have also created 14 regional innovation centers across India, where AICT had regional offices earlier, which were closed in 23 during my time, and we converted the regional offices to innovation center, India's innovation center. So we have also created investor network, about 100 people, and helped them. So the same thing we also got into school because we wanted to train early. So we conducted design thinking, innovation boot camps, Smart India Hackathon for school children, National Innovation Entrepreneurship Promotion Policy for schools, school innovation councils we started. So all these are initiative. So friends, you all know that I have to conclude very quickly. And today Even though we talk about employability is a major issue of engineering graduates, but I will tell you, majority of our graduates are readily employable when compared to our time. And we are, as a nation, single largest provider of global talent, particularly in engineering. Our engineers are omnipresent in every country and every company in the world. And other than that, there are close to about 4,000 GCCs, Global Capability Centers in India today. All of them hiring large number of engineering graduates from India. So I'm not saying that there are no gaps, but there are gaps. But in research, today we are among the top 3 countries in terms of research papers and citations. But there are some worrying factors also. There are a lot of retractions. I also wrote an article recently in Hindustan Times that there are a lot of retractions, but this is the time we need to focus on trust, transparency, and bringing a quality instead of plagiarism and other issues which are bugging our higher education systems. I also would like to highlight that we are the top 4 countries in terms of number of PhDs, particularly in the STEM areas. Innovation, we are among the top 6 countries in terms of patent filings as well. In entrepreneurship, among the leading countries in terms of incubation on higher education campuses, 3rd position. You know that today this number is little old, 200,000 startups we have started already. So all of this has developed a skilled, job-ready, productive graduates, ladies and gentlemen. We may not believe it, but and I think you should all ask question, how are our children and grandchildren are doing? If you ask that question, definitely an answer which is very positive will come out when compared to what we were. So the biggest transformation, I will say, will happen in the future, in another 5 years. That is technological shift comparable to electricity, the internet, and the mobile revolution, what we have seen. But this revolution, because of AI, will transform everything: education, healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, governance. So we, as early as 2023, AICTE took a lead in saying AI for all, AI for Bharat, responsible AI, inclusive AI, and ethical AI. We started talking to our educational institutions, and we have created lectures, reaching out. Because of that, Ministry of Electronics called me and said, you should be the person, chair of the Human Capital Working Group for the AI Impact Summit, which is held in 26 February at Bharata Mandapam. So what is our idea was India should not merely use AI, India should lead AI. That's what I told you. 2018 itself, engineering colleges started much earlier than even our IITs started the School of AI and Data Science. So nothing to worry. We have enough human capital who are trained, at least basic knowledge about artificial intelligence are available in our system. That is why the whole world is looking at us as for a talent in the artificial intelligence. And I don't need to say, top 500 companies are led by Indians today. And not only just the leadership role, okay, even at the bottom, the large number of people in large technology companies are Indians who are contributing, Indian engineers are contributing. I just wanted to spend 1 minute on the AI Impact Summit 2026, which happened in Bharata Mandapam between 16 to 20th. And I talked about human capital and also talked about responsible AI, equitable AI transition. And recently also, the Parliamentary Standing Committee requested me to talk about the AI. How do we prepare? What we need to do? So we need to really create, because we don't have any infrastructure. We're still talking about 40,000 GPU on a shared basis. Some of these countries, China and America, is way ahead of us, because they see, we can even clearly see that through our electricity generation itself. We do not have even a power to run these systems, AI GPU systems. So we need to do a big way. High performance computing, GPUs at scale, large data sets, AI talent, startup ecosystems will definitely benefit from these AI factories, which will become the innovation hubs of the future. Every district, maybe we should have one AI factory, either through the institutions or the. So I wanted to say that the skills for tomorrow is definitely, other than the technical skills, that is, whether it is artificial intelligence, data science, robotics, or even core engineering, the human skills are also very important. Creativity, ethics, communication, that actually differentiates between the machines and us. So that's where we need to train our young people. And more importantly, we need to tell our young people risk taking is very, very important. So the failure, they have to fail many times because nobody is successful. So we have to teach them or remove their fear of failure. So unless they fail several times, they cannot be successful. So this is one culture we need to bring into our education system: risk taking, innovation, startup creation. Future engineer must blend all three. That is the technical skills, human skills, and entrepreneurial skills to lead India's innovation journey. So this is looking ahead vision for Viksit Bharat, friends. I have only 2 more slides. We need to create innovation campuses, startup campuses, research campuses, AI-enabled campuses. So many initiatives are already happening. You may not know cities like Bangalore has university. I don't want to name them, on AI-driven 160 GPU. Imagine 160 GPU costs you close to about 150 to 200 crores, but they are investing already. The systems have already come. They are all B200 NVIDIA servers. I keep worried about who is going to be using these. So where are the people? See, even though I have said that a lot of people are available, like Bangalore, Pune, and Mumbai, and many others also. So India's transformation will be driven by the world-class engineering graduates, and who could be a global innovators, technology entrepreneurs, and research leaders. So becoming a knowledge-powered, technology-led, globally competitive, developed nation is a very, very important today. Along with, in addition to that, what we have done at AICTE, this is my last slide, universal human value course has been made mandatory to all engineering graduates. What is this course? They should know about themselves, why they are here, and self, about the UHV course actually developed by some of the faculty from IITs, and it's a very, very unique course, and people can take about even a minor degree in that UHV, Universal Human Value course. What are the human values which are important to become successful? How do you work with people? All that is being taught almost from last 3.5 years. And this is a very unique course of AICTE. And many teachers have been trained. More than 1 lakh teachers have been trained in the UHV course. We conduct national and international conferences also on Universal Human Value course, integrating engineering and technology and human skills to be. So conclusion is, friends, the real question is no longer how many engineers we are producing, but how many innovators and entrepreneurs and technology leaders India can create. See, you have seen all the technology leaders of the top technology companies are all Indians who have got 1 degree or the other from India, but they have got an opportunity in US and other countries to become the leaders of the top leaders. So we have to create such an environment so that all of these people succeed themselves and make India succeed. So if India succeeds, we will achieve Viksit Bharat 2047 without any doubt, and emerge as the world's leading innovation powerhouse. So with these few words, I would like to thank the SPSTI to giving me this opportunity to share some of my thoughts. And I once again thank Professor Bhaskar for being behind me. And I've also written 3 books. You might look at it later on. One is called Road Ahead 2.0. This Road Ahead is written by Bill Gates in 1995, when email and the internet came, World Wide Web came. And we have written this looking at how artificial intelligence is going to change every field. So it is focusing on emerging technologies, future of education, and innovation ecosystem. And another book we have written on AI Imagineering. So it will focus on AI-driven transformation and how human-centered innovation can be developed. Recently, after AI Impact Summit, we have a book on AI Shakti and AI for Bharat, which focus on India's AI leadership and how we can make everybody AI literate. This is the challenge in front of us. With these few, I am ready to take some questions from you. But thank you very much for patiently listening to me. So it is real question for us in front of us is how many innovators, entrepreneurs, patent holders, startup founders can India create? And the new age of technical education is about transforming every student from a learner into a creator, from an engineer into an innovator, and from a job seeker into a job creator. If India succeeds in this mission, we will not only achieve Vikasit Bharat, will also emerge as the world's leading innovation powerhouse because we are the youngest nation in the world. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing these views. We are moved, we are encouraged by your words. Thank you. And now it is time for questions. We have about 10 minutes for questions and answers. And if somebody has comments, please
Can I have a
raise your
question?
hand.
Can I
Yes,
have a
please,
question?
Bhaskar.
Sir, I
Yes,
saw your
Bhaskar.
presentation and it was really inspiring. One of the things what you mentioned was that to reach 50% GER from 28%, and where ODL online digital universities will play an important role. You mentioned in one of the slides. And my question to you is, sir, what is the status of this National Digital University? Because I read in the newspapers some budget allocation has taken place, but we did not see anything coming from after that regarding that.
No, I see. I also do not know exactly, but what I heard, I will tell you from third sources. Okay. The leadership was not happy with the proposal. The leadership, I'm sorry, you're able to hear me? The proposal was not being taken because leadership felt that it's not a complete proposal. So, because, see, already IGNOU, if you know, you are part of
IGNOU के ऊपर
is
Sir, voice is breaking, is not heard. Sir.
this new bill, because Bharat Shiksha Adhishtan bill is going English Higher Education Council of India, of the regulators into one agency, and so with those changes coming in, there could be a lot of changes happening in higher education field in a very positive direction. Because I wanted to tell you, in Academic Bank of Credit is one such initiative. Today, we know exact numbers. How many numbers are studying in higher education and school education because of ABC? Okay, and this ABC will also has a bank account, so you can also add credits and everything there. So it will be a flexible system where learning can happen simultaneously and synchronously, asynchronously. So I feel some of these initiatives are really a landmark initiatives of the Ministry of Education, but still a lot of things are left. We have to create many universities because so many students are coming, and where do you place them? It is not just the digital alone, because we have to also bring the quality of digital education much higher. So these are the challenges, and I don't want to answer very straightforward directly to you, because you know how sensitivity is, because we have just come out of the system. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Bhaskar and Professor Sitaram. I now invite comments from anybody who would like to say something.
Basinji, would you like to say something?
So, Professor Grover.
एक सवाल पूछूं?
हाँ, please.
Mr.
Dharamveer would like to ask.
Sitaram ji, I enjoyed listening to you. You have
Sir, I'm unable to hear you. I think your network.
I think network has some problem.
Yeah.
Good perspective of what is to add that in schools. Okay, so
Sir, I didn't hear anything from you. You have to repeat the question because your network was frozen.
do you think that we should start
Maybe you have a network
Sir,
problem.
what you do is you turn off your video, sir. You turn off your video, then maybe a little better. You turn off your video and speak. Mr. Dharmavir, please turn off your video.
I think he is not able to hear as well.
Sir is not. Sir, we can't listen to you. Dharmavir sir.
I think he has a network problem.
Okay.
Yeah, he is completely frozen.
Yes.
His screen is frozen. Sorry.
Dr. Bhaskar, can I come in for a minute?
Most welcome, sir. Please.
Thank you, Professor Sitaram, for an excellent lecture. Hope you recall that we met in GJU Hisar together and an excellent lecture, no doubt. But I was just wondering, though you have made excellent progress, no doubt about it, nationally, we have really speaking achieved a milestone when we talk of engineering to entrepreneurship to the startups, going now doing internationally well as well. But do you think we have a lot of dependence still on imported technologies for becoming Viksit Bharat? And what are those major kind of technologies we still need to develop in our own country to be Atmanirbhar?
I agree completely with you, sir. There is no debate on that question. Why? Because we haven't done much actually in product development at all in any area. We might have achieved some success in assembling iPhones in India for the world, assembling automobiles in India for the world, but a lot of components are still coming, and every chip is coming from either Taiwan or China, even today. So it is not just us alone. See, that is one complacency we can take. It is not just us alone. The whole world is actually behind China. Okay, so we all know that. So we have a lot of work to be done yet. But some of the areas where we have done exceedingly well is space, defense, atomic energy. Please remember, we didn't have any support from any countries last 50 years. But we have independently, indigenously, Atmanirbharata we have shown. Who are these engineers? See, I wanted to also ask you that question. None of them from IIT. See, if I ask my all IIT professors, 23 IITs are there. Where did you graduate? Okay. 95% of my faculty will say, I did my MTech from IIT Bombay, PhD from Carnegie Mellon, postdoc from Harvard. I have to repeat the question to them, where did you graduate? They will again tell some engineering college of AICT approved.
That's right.
And all scientists in ISRO, DRDO, BARC, all of them are engineering graduates of my second and third grade engineering colleges.
Excellent.
None are from IITs. So I also ask a question, where does my IIT graduates go? And I am apologizing for some of the IIT graduates who are there in the audience. So when I ask that question, what happens is generally 30-35% of them are UPSC. That means they'll become district commissioner, district engineer, and district police. And another 35% goes to America and live there. Another 10%, I make it a lighter note. They become so successful in 10 years and become monks also. A lot of monks are IIT graduates.
Recent trend. Recent trend.
In a lighter way. Please don't take it seriously.
No, these are the facts that you have stated. Actually speaking, I think we should be working towards that goals as well, that not many of them go to the bureaucracy, actually speaking, UPSC. Somehow we have to find some mechanism to really speaking, use those engineering technologies and graduates. Right. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
May I ask? May I join in?
Alok Srivastava, please.
This is Alok Srivastava. I'm basically a nuclear scientist, and I did my PhD in BRC, and then I roamed around the world and I have been working, but I'm a professor I was a professor in Punjab University, just retired from there. Dr. Saab, I was really, really very impressed by your views and whatever you told us. I was just wondering if you could just, you started your lecture by saying that you also came from a very small place and then you worked up to such a big position. So I wanted to know what was the contribution of engineering college from
You
Karnataka. You remember
also mute your video,
Karnataka?
sir. You
Excuse
also
me.
mute your video. We can't hear you.
Okay, okay. Actually, I'm in
Sure.
USA. Maybe I'm not being able to carry the video signal with my phone. I just wanted to know, you remember that Karnataka had these private engineering colleges, and there were three of them, I think, which were made even before independence. So don't you think they also played a very crucial role in starting the engineering
Sir,
program?
I will answer that question, sir. I understood your question.
Yeah.
I will answer.
BS College
So,
of Engineering. Remember BS College of Engineering from Bangalore
no,
was, I
I
think,
will answer that question to you.
yeah.
First of all, none of them are before independence. Okay, none of them. Okay,
Oh, they didn't
all
come
these are
before.
called. No, they are not. BMS College of Engineering is the earliest one, 1951 or 52. Okay, Government BDT College of Engineering is again another 1951. Okay, and only MIT Medical College was earlier. Medical hospital.
I see. I see.
Engineering college also started after independence only, and these are all actually government had taken them and called them as a aided institution. 50% of the seats they have to give it to the government, and government used to give them a salary for all the faculty. Okay, till very
Okay, I
recently they
see.
were all aided institutions.
I see.
BMS,
I see.
Amaya,
Yeah,
all of
I
them.
see. I didn't know.
RV,
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
I was very
JSS.
impressed. Actually, I went to give a lecture in BMS college and they told me that they came in 1946. So I was very impressed. It was just 6 months back. I was in
46,
Bangalore.
47. Sir,
Yeah, that is
that is
what
the
they
way.
told me. That
Yes.
is what they told me.
Yeah.
So I was very impressed that they also contributed to our engineering program development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
as the Dr. Grover highlighted, our engineering story was as early as 1957 during four of those institutions. That is Thompson College of Engineering at Roorkee,
Yeah,
and then
I agree.
Anna University Gindi,
Yeah.
IST Shipur, today IST Shipur, which is called as Bengal College of Engineering, and College of
Yeah.
Engineering where Visheshwaraya studied. And
Yeah.
after that,
I see.
1909 Indian Institute of Science started.
I see.
1909 Indian Institute of Science.
I see. And thank you very much for telling about we India nuclear scientists, that we didn't go abroad and we were here to help the country grow. Now that we go abroad just for short time, we come and give lectures. But normally
Recently, I interacted with Dr. Mohanty before I left
Oh, you were
my
with
office.
Bhanti. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know him. I
actually
know him.
I went to HBNI,
Yeah, please.
gave a foundation
Yeah,
day
I see.
lecture.
Wow, I see.
And then convince them to start a minor degree in atomic energy technologies for engineering graduates.
Oh, that would be great if it gets passed through the board. Yeah, I'll be very
No,
happy.
it has been approved. It has been approved.
Yes.
Now I made
Yeah,
a
I
committee at
see.
AICTE with your Vice Chancellor HBNI itself as the chairman, and they are working
Okay,
on the
okay.
curriculum.
Okay, so nice to know that. I was associated earlier with these people. Now I'm retired, completely retired. But yeah, so very nice to know that, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Kia, are you back?
Doctor Saab लगता है नहीं आया. They are still
हाँ,
frozen in
Right.
space and time and sound.
So, Kia, can you hear us?
yes, I can.
अच्छा. Oh,
Thank
good, good.
ये हमारा वाईफाई अनस्टेबल चल रहा है आजकल. Sorry for that.
अच्छा.
Thank you, Professor Alok, and I'm looking forward to other comments. And so आप कुछ बोल रहे थे. So, Mr. Dharamveer's comments. Now, can you hear us?
Yes.
Madam, now we can hear you, please. We can hear you.
Yeah. Dharamveer boli.
I just wanted to suggest that we should introduce a course at school level in class 9 and 10, which is skill based, hands on. Actually, I went through this kind of education in class 9 and 10 in Uttar Pradesh. That was in the year 64, 65. We had to take the course was called industrial chemistry. The main focus was to develop certain techniques that you can learn, and even they may become some kind of income earners. So I learned so many techniques, like even jelly making, crackers making, and many others, etching on the surfaces. So currently, we observe students do not perform experiments in schools. Most of them are uh, busy in preparing for joint entrance test and medical tests. So I wonder whether entrance examinations have distorted the process of learning. And I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to add that this does not find mention in any way, in any form, in the new education policy. Quota,
I will
as
highlight
I
to
mentioned,
you. Sir, I will highlight. No, I will highlight to you. See, these entrance exams have become so competitive because we have created an imbalance between the demand and supply, availability of programs. Why there are so many leaks of the NEET? Please, you tell me. This is only because we have very few seats when compared to what people are taking. Ambition is so high that 22 lakh students take for a very 1 lakh seats, less than 50,000 seats actually. The rest of the 50,000 is reserved only. Okay, 1 lakh seats, medical seats ke liye, 22 lakh students. So automatically all these kind of leakages will happen because they want to crack it anyway. They don't care. They don't mind spending money, but they want to get into medicine. See, this is another issue, sir. Even in engineering, why so much of demand? Because we have, even then, we have not created, even though I said democratization of engineering education we have done, we have to do that because we have too many students. See, their aspirations are so high. We cannot be sitting 10 colleges and we wanted to create exams are becoming dangerous. No, we have to create newer seats, newer opportunities for the young people. And also, society is also another problem, sir. Please understand, anybody who, I created a diploma. I'll just give you one example and then I will come to my point. Polytechnic, when the semiconductor program came, I created a semiconductor program for chip making for a 3-year diploma and four-year BTech course in VLSI. 200 colleges for BTech they took because there was a demand. But we don't need so many engineers. We require polytechnic students who will work on the benches. 3 colleges only opted for polytechnic in chip making. So that means very clearly my society is a problem. Society doesn't want, even though your salary level is high, they don't want diploma students. They want engineers. Every mother of India wants their son or a daughter to be an engineer or a doctor. This is a societal problem also. So it is not just about the national education policy, you cover it or not cover it. Unless we change as a society like German society, where skilling is also being imported, we don't treat them as a second-class citizens. Till that, nothing will change. It is nothing to do with just policies. We have to think about why they are going, why all these examination leaks are happening. Because we have not created enough seats for the young children. We have to create many institutions, opportunities, And 80% of my students still are in BA, BSc. Please remember that. 4.3 crore children may 80% are BA, BSc without learning anything in the classroom. I think
Yes,
we lost them.
Madam K.R. Dharamveer, there.
Professor, I think we can
think so.
conclude
They have,
because this is a very sensitive
yeah.
topic.
Basin sir,
Hazar
maybe
questions.
you can conclude. Yeah. Basin, they are lost connection, but yeah, madam is there back. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm now on my mobile phone, which has
Yeah.
a better connection. Yeah.
Yeah, sir wants to session to be closed. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
And we like to thank him.
Thank you very much. It is now, I would request Professor Bhasin, Professor K.K. Bhasin, who is
Yeah.
another distinguished scientist from Punjab University, to present a vote of thanks. Please.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Kia. Can you listen me?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. Okay. So I think I take this distinct opportunity in acknowledging my utmost sincere thanks to Dr. Sitharaman for his very enlightening talk, From Engineers to Innovators. The talk has discussed and explained the transformation of India's technical education system under the new education policy 2020. The growing importance of innovation has already been taken care by Professor Sitharam. Entrepreneurship, artificial intelligence, and so many things. I'm sure that you all will agree that Dr. Sitharam has painted a state-of-the-art presentation on the canvas of today's webinar. The new age of technical education in India. A number of steps to be followed. He has already explained in a nice manner how India can become global leader during our journey in 2047. I'm amazed to see the quantum of information he has conveyed through his compilation, especially in higher education, in STEM areas. It was very heartening for me, at least, to know that we are third in the world in higher education after US and China. It is really indeed a great opportunity for me to learn. I would just like to please join me in passing a hearty vote of thanks with big applause to the highly accomplished and profoundly decorated scientist, Dr. Sitharam.
Thank you, sir, for joining, and we are grateful to you.
Yeah, for his highly stimulating and trend-setting talk. I am very thankful to Dr. Dharamveer, President, Society for the Promotion of Science and Technology in India, Professor Arun Kumar Grover, Vice President of SPSTI, Professor Bhaskar for arranging this outstanding webinar. I'm thankful especially to Professor Arun Grover, former Vice Chancellor of my University, Punjab, for meticulously conceptualizing the strategy of such series of lectures. Last but not the least, I'm grateful to Mrs. Dharamveer, General Secretary, SPSCI, for her dedicated team for organizing the event in a very sophisticated and befitting manner, with all-rounder Mahipal and Professor Rajini Pala with their untiring efforts. I will be falling short of words to express my gratitude to all the participants who became witness to today's legendary talk by Dr. Sitharam. On behalf of SPSTI, all attendee, senior colleagues, Dr. Rajinder Singh, I would like to state that we all are most grateful to you, sir, for being with us this evening, for enlightening us all with your scholarly, pioneering, and inspirational talk. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you once again. Very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
See you. See you later.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Bye. Namaste, Doctor. Bye.
Namaskar. Namaskar, sir.
Okay.
Hello, Professor Sahu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Sahab.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार. आज डॉक्टर राजेंद्र सिंह कुछ नहीं बोले.
हाँ, मैं यही वो सोच रहा था. I was very happy to see. Yeah.
इनके बिना
Thank
तो
you, Dr. Berry. Yeah.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you to all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Okay, Ji. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
बंद कर दीजिए.
तो मैं आपको जो स्पीकर उसको thanks करके